Hi guys, I'm Sam and you're watching Lean Body Strategies. In this video I'm going to show you the key thing that you need to have in order to have that desire to win. Now when I say win, I'm talking about that desire to get to your lean body, to get ripped and to stay there, to hit those goals. Now in this video I'm going to be giving you 4 key skills, but in my opinion the last one is what ties them all in together. So make sure you stay to that last one so you can get the key skill that will tie everything together. And now before I get into the video, guys, click and hit that red button so you can subscribe to my channel so you can get more videos like this. Now without no further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so number 1, have full-hearted belief in the method. Now this is very important that you have wholehearted belief in the process or the method that you're using to get you to your goal. Now why this is important is because along the way you're going to come across barriers, you're going to come across milestones, you're going to come across difficult situations. Now it's only when you have full belief in the process that you're taking you're going to get over those barriers without digressing, without taking the narrow route, without quitting and stopping there and thinking things are not working. It's only when you have that full-hearted belief that the process says do this, so I'm going to keep doing this. Even though this hurdle's there, I'm going to keep on hitting that hurdle with this method. Only when you have that kind of approach are you going to actually keep on moving forward. Because there is going to be hurdles no matter what you do. Now, I am not saying that you should believe in everything blindly. I know some people are thinking now, oh, are you saying that I should believe every method without questioning it? No, I'm not saying that. However, in order for you not to believe in every single method blindly, let me tell you how you do that. Before you go and purchase anybody's method or diet plan or transformation plan, do your best to research about that person's proven record. Now I know this is difficult, some people don't have proven records, but if you really want to make sure you're making the right choice and if you really want to have that full-hearted belief, find those people that have some sort of track record so that you can see how this method has worked for other people time and time again. And now if it has worked for other people, there's no reason why it shouldn't work for you. So that's what you need to do. Spend time before you go and purchase a plan. Spend time on building that trust in that person, in their method. Once you have that, then go and buy the method. Then go and start taking their rules and their approach. Because once you have that kind of strong belief, there's nothing that's going to make you, digress or change lanes, because it doesn't say that on the plan, so why should you? But you can only get there from doing that research, by really believing in that person. Alright, so that's key skill number 1. You're going to come across difficult situations. Now it's only when you have full belief in the process that you're taking you're going to get over those barriers. Okay, now the second thing is having an accountability system. Having some sort of system that is keeping you accountable. Now this doesn't have to be limited to a person, so you don't always have to be limited to a person. One of my systems was I always made sure I was the first person in the gym. But in order for me to become that first person or to be that first person in the gym, everything else had to fall in place, such as sleeping early, preparing my food, making sure my bag was all right, making sure my bag had everything it needed, and make sure my clothes were where they needed to be. Now once I had all those things in check, I would have definitely been the first person at the gym. But if something messed up somewhere, if I started to slack somewhere, if I didn't start prepping my things, if my food wasn't ready, then I was not going to be that first person. And if that happened, then I wasn't being as disciplined as I needed to be. So whenever I wasn't the first person at the gym, I looked at where am I going wrong. So that's what was my accountability system. Another thing that I used, and this is where I did include a person, was I spend 15 minutes on the phone to one of my friends every day. And this phone call is not about, how lean are you today? Have you eaten your meals? No, it wasn't like that. It was just a phone call that was just how you feeling today? What's your plans? What do you hope to tell me that you accomplished the next day? And we just kept it as simple and as straightforward as that. But having that in my mind that tomorrow I need to phone him and say, yeah, look, this, remember what I said yesterday I was going to do? I did it, and this is how I feel about it today, so forth. That made me feel accountable to my words, accountable to what I told him I was going to be doing, and that kept me on track. So having an accountability system is very, very key. It helps you stay on track. It really does, and that is a real key element to staying with that high, desire to win. This doesn't have to be limited to a person. So number 3, measure and track. Now, along the way, one of the best ways to get excited about your transformation is being able to look back and see, this is where I've came from and this is where I'm at now. Seeing those results, whether even if you're not at your end goal, but seeing those results along the way really gets you excited and really gives you that motivation to keep on pushing forward. But the mistake is, a lot of us, we start the process, we get jumped straight into it, and we don't have no record of where we was before. And that's a key thing. If you can track from the beginning of where you started to where you are now, you can look back and get excited and be like, yeah, what I'm doing is working. And that's not the only reason why you want to track and measure. The other thing that is important is, along the way you might have to introduce something new. You might change, or you might not even have to, but you might just end up introducing something new in terms of, you might change your sleeping pattern, you might change the amount of water you're having, you might have to buy your food from a different place, stuff that's out of your control. You never know. The only way to know how that's affecting your progress is by tracking and measuring. So that's the 2 benefits. Make sure you do track and measure, because if you don't, then when things are going along the process, when things start to change, you won't exactly have any evidence or anything to look back on to say this is what's actually happening. So make sure you track and measure. I personally track my sleep, I track how much water I'm having, I track how my body looks inside the mirror, and how much I weigh. Here's a little tip for you guys though. If you go and measure yourself and the number on the scale has gone up, but your waist measurement has gone down, this usually means that you're putting on muscle, not fat. So that's a little thing that you should bear in mind. If you see that the number on the scale has gone up, but the tape measurement around the waist has gone down, this is usually meaning that you're putting on muscle but losing fat. Bear that in mind. But this is if the increase has gone up by maybe like a pound in 2 weeks. Not if it's gone like 3 kilos. You don't put on body muscle mass that quick. So bear that in mind. Any big massive jump is not going to be, it's not going to be a jump that you're looking for. You're looking for something that's gone up slightly. That's slow and steady. Alright, if you can track from the beginning where you started to where you are now, you can look back and get excited and be like, yeah, what I'm doing is working. And number 4, this is the final one. This is the one that I believe ties everything all in. Having an unmovable deadline. Now notice how much emphasis I put on the word unmovable. This is because I believe that once you have a date that does not move, you approach that date with a certain level of intensity. You approach it with that fire, that hunger in your stomach, because when that day comes, you want to be at your goal or as close to it as possible. Now the thing is, along the way, a lot of us, we like to change the date. We move it, something happens in our life, and we might move the date 1 day out, or 2 weeks out, or 1 month out, or later on down the year somewhere. And the problem with that is that then makes us, our intensity starts to waver, because we know we've got more time. But if you take that, approach out of the question, if you stop yourself from having that kind of option, and it's just, this is the date, so this is the only time that I have, so this time that I've got to make it happen in, you're going to approach your goal with a certain level of intensity, and that level is going to be really, really, really high. Yeah? Now when it comes to setting that date, obviously you want to make sure it's realistic. You got to look at your goal and where you're at now to then set that date. Be realistic with it. Don't set too far into the future, but also don't be too soon. You got to really look at your body, look at where you are now, and then set the date according to that. Look at where you are and look at what you're trying to achieve. Then set the date according to that. You approach that date with a certain level of intensity. You approach with that fire, that hunger in your stomach, because you know when that day comes, you want to be at your goal or as close to it as possible. Now guys, those are my 4 key tips or skills, whatever you want to call it, I think that you need to have in your journey. If you don't have this, you are not going to make the process easy for you. I hope you see why I say number 4 was the most important, because without that, then everything else is not going to have that intensity. Once you have that deadline, you're going to make sure you're accountable with your accountable system. You're going to make sure you're going to trust in that process, and you're going to make sure you stick to that process. And number 4, you're going to track and measure that your approach. You see, this is why having that number 4 is important. Having that unmovable deadline is important. Make sure you have it. Now that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope this video helps. If it does, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and click that red button so you can subscribe for more videos like this in the future. See you in my next video. Make sure you stay tuned because I won't be notified. Alright, go getters, stay lean, let's get this job done. Peace out.